Welcome to the remembrance ceremony for Terence Crutcher, a member of the Tulsa Community College family. We thank each and every one of you for taking a moment out of your day to recognize how one life affects all of ours. Our intentions is to gather together to encourage one another during these difficult days, but also to remember how our common bond of higher education provides a roadmap for healing and peace. We also stand in the spirit of peace, love, and healing that represent the wishes of the Crutcher family and their faith. Our ceremony today will consist of a student, staff, and faculty who are here to both recognize a loss in our TCC family, while also we want to stand together and lean on one another. We will hear from our TCC College President, Senator Matthews, along with statements and songs from students and staff at the college. The first speaker I would like to introduce is TCC President, Dr. Lee Goodson, who will provide expression of condolence and a moment of silence.
Thank you for being here this afternoon to remember Terence Crutcher, a student here at TCC seeking to better his life through education. For students and educators, it is the loss of life that pains us, and even closer to home, the loss of opportunity. As educators, we seek to empower individuals of all backgrounds through education. We believe in education's power to transform lives. Terence Crutcher believed in the power of education to transform his life. Like so many of our students, he brought to TCC his talents, hopes, and dreams of completing a degree, a dream for both himself and his family. Our college community is saddened by his tragic death. We are also saddened by this devastating event for our entire community. As we bow our heads in a moment of silence, let us think of Terence, his family, and our entire community. Thank you. I'd like to now ask Senator Matthews to come up.
In light of this loss of life, I'd like to give honor to God and to the president of Tulsa Community College, Dr. Lee Goodson, who is a very good friend of mine, Dr. Jan Clayton and Brother Clayton, Eunice Tarver, who invited me today, and Theron, who's facilitating this event. And each of you that have come, each of you Tulsa Community College students and individuals from the community, I'd like to say that this is a tragic event, but there's something different about Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you've been watching the news, you've seen this was handled differently. And we are here at an institution of education. And we know that education is the bridge to success, along with experience and training, and I would just like to say relationships. And I'm here because of the relationships of those individuals I've named. But I want to say that we need to remember this family, and we need to remember all individuals that have lost their lives, both officers and individuals. But here in Tulsa, this family, the Crutcher family, has a legacy of love. And I'm so grateful that as I stood with the family earlier, they want their legacy to be of love and peace. And that's what we've had so far in Tulsa, and we want that to continue. I would just like to say that the uniqueness we have here at Tulsa Community College is just like today. They opened their doors to the community. They've opened their doors to young people that may not have had an opportunity for education. And I want those of you here that are students to realize that our goal should be to live, love, and leave a legacy. And the opportunity we have as we honor this family, the opportunity that we have is to have our legacy be that although we've had this tragic event, we can continue to live and love as we wrap our arms around and pray for the Crutcher family and allow the other things that are going to happen legally to just take their course. We're 95 years since the Tulsa race riot in 1921. We're only 5 years away from that centennial event. The question is, what are we going to do, and what are we going to show the world that we have done in those 100 years? And I'm hoping, as I have a 1921 race riot commission, that in the next 5 years we can show through that tragedy, the one that just happened most recently, and through our relationships, and through those of us that are coming together, black, white, brown, and all around this city, the world is watching. The world is watching, and they're watching. You know, greatness is never decided by cities, individuals, families, communities that are doing great all the time. It's how you overcome adversity. And as we recognize this family, let's also recognize the relationships and the opportunities that we have. And so I'm asking for us to continue to be peaceful, be prayerful, and for us to support these young folks here and people that are doing what Mr. Crutcher hoped to do, to get an education, to change the situation. And so I just want to say I'm proud to be a Tulsan. I'm proud to be a North Tulsan. I'm proud that I got a degree in fire protection technology from Tulsa Community College, because each of you young people have the opportunity to not stay upset about what happened, because it is upsetting. But continue your education, continue getting your experience, continue to build relationships so that you can be the change that you want to see. God bless each of you.
I would now like to introduce Lawrence Rosenborough, who will be singing the song, I Won't Complain.
I've had some good days. I've had some hills to climb. I've had some weary days. And some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days, and I won't complain. Sometimes the clouds hung low. See, I could hardly see the road. I ask one question, Lord. Why so much pain? But God, He knows. You see, He knows what's best for me. Although these weary eyes, oh, they can see. So I'll say, thank you, Lord. And I won't complain. But God's been good to me. He's been so good to me. More than this whole world, you could ever be. Oh, He's been good to me. He dried every single tear away. He'll turn your midnight into day. So I'll just say, thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning. Thank you, Lord, for starting me on my way. Oh, thank you, Lord. And I won't complain, but the Lord's been good to me. You see, He's opened doors that I just could not see. So the least I could do is say thank you, Lord. At times I've been misunderstood, but thank you, Lord. Though sickness may be in my body, oh, thank you, Lord. And I know better than y'all. I won't complain.
you for that powerful song. Lawrence, let's give it up for him one more time. So my name is Eunice Tarver, and I'm the Assistant Vice President for Diversity and Inclusion here at TCC. And we had an outcry of a request from our students, our faculty, and our staff that we provide a healthy outlet so that we can come together as a community and start the process of healing. And so as Senator Matthews talked about this legacy of love, when putting this program together, I wanted to make sure that we honored who Terence Crutcher was in our community, what he meant to us as a student, but greater than the student, to the entire Tulsa community. And there was no better way to do that than to have Lawrence come here today and to sing one of his very favorite songs. Terence's essence was music. That was his ministry, that was his life, that was his gift. And so at this moment, I'm asking for Joseph Schnetzer to come up. He's going to share with you a special moment in time that was only about 3 weeks ago that he had with Terence here in this very building. And you'll kind of see the connection with music. But we wanted to give this gift to his family to let you know just weeks ago he was here and he was doing what he does best, is ministering through his life and through his gift. And so Joseph is going to share a story with you.
Thank you, Eunice. My name's Joseph Schnetzer, and I'm a retention specialist in the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. And I was over at the fitness center and noticed Terence and that I didn't know who he was. So I took the opportunity to introduce myself and got into conversation with him and found out that he was a student here. And I asked him about his major, and he told me his major was music. And I kind of thought for a second and asked him what instrument does he play? And he said, I don't play any instrument, I sing. And then I realized that his instrument was God-given in his voice. And I said, I'd love to hear you perform sometime. Now I kind of had in mind that maybe if there was a recital or a performance, or maybe he'd invite me to his church. He didn't waste a moment. He took that opportunity. And just like we heard Lawrence a moment ago, he broke out in the most amazing, heartfelt, powerful rendition of Amazing Grace. I couldn't move. I was just standing there staring. I couldn't say or do anything. And my colleague Ryan, for some reason, he was like, is that Joe singing in the locker room? He obviously doesn't know me well enough. I cannot sing at all. And he came in right away to see what I was doing, and I was just staring at Lawrence, and he stood there too. He couldn't say a word. And when Lawrence was finished, we kind of paused for a moment. Sorry, thank you. When Terence finished, we kind of paused for a moment and then started to talk with him, and he said that he's been through a lot in his life. He had a lot to overcome, and I could tell that the profound way that he sang was from what he had been through. And he was, without a doubt, knowing that God saved him, that Jesus saved him through the grace of God, and that he was here at TCC to earn his degree and make things better in his life. And I know that even in that brief encounter with him, my life is richer for having met him. May he rest in peace.
Now we'd like to hear from 3 of our student speakers who will make a brief encouraging statement to our TCC family.
Good morning, students, faculty members, family members, and friends who have made it here today to remember the life of Terence Crutcher. He was a brother, son, father, as well as a student here at TCC. A man who wanted to better his life through education, and his life was taken too soon. This is why at times like these, I would like to encourage the community inside and out of these walls to stick together and also work together to make sure that tragedies like these are avoided. While we remember his life, I would also like to add that a man's life should not be judged by how he left us, but by what he left behind. A family who loves him, friends who respected him, and a community that supports him. May he forever rest in peace. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Fiona Peppers. Today, I know we are devastated by the loss of one in our family, just as we would be hurt by any loss. We gathered today because the loss of Terence represents a loss in our community, our Tulsa community, our state, our nation, and our world. We want to make sure that his life represents more than a tragedy. Terence's life, in the midst of the sea of hurt and confusion, remains for us a message that we must find a thread of hope in the loss. I ask that you give special attention to a few of these words spoken by Maya Angelou. I want us to gain strength through the words written in her alone poem. Lying, thinking, last night, how to find my soul a home, where water is not thirsty and bread loaf is not stone. I came up with one thing, and I don't believe I'm wrong, that nobody can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody can make it out here alone. There are some millionaires with money that can't use their wives. There are some millionaires with money they can't use their wives, run around like banshees, and their children sing the blues. They've got expensive doctors to cure their hearts of stone, but nobody can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody can make it out here alone. Now, if you listen closely, I'll tell you what I know. Storm clouds are gathering, the wind is gonna blow, the race of men is suffering, and I can hear the moan, 'cause nobody can make it out here alone. All alone, nobody can make it out here alone. For the TCC family and the Crutcher family, the Tulsa community, we must make it through these days together. None of us are alone. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Taylor Finley, President of the African American Student Association at Metro Campus. As our community stands here today, we must lean on each other for understanding, peacemaking, and good intention. If we know the faith of the Crutcher family, we know that they are a Christian family that believes in healing, in love, and in unity. So we honor them, we honor Terence, and we honor each other by representing this sentiment and all that we do in our memorial to the son they have lost, Mr. Terence Crutcher, a father, son, brother, and TCC student. I want to present you with a thought that captures the spirit of African American Student Association. It also captures the sentiment that I believe represents our common bond as a TCC community. I've adapted our creed to represent us today. Because of them, our mothers, fathers, grandparents, black, white, Jews, Gentiles, Muslim, rich, poor, young, and old. I will honor the sacrifices of those who have walked before me. I will believe in me. I will pursue my dreams. I will help others along the way. I hope we can all say that the them who have sacrificed and want us to reach for higher ideals and a more perfect society is all of us. We are the them for our children of tomorrow. What I'm asking of you today, for those who would like to participate in this pledge, I'd like for you to repeat after me as I read the lines. Because of them, I will honor the sacrifices of those who have walked before me. I will believe in me. I will pursue my dreams. I will help others along the way. Thank you for our shared commitment to one another.
So at this time, we are actually going to go to our terrace just behind you, and we're going to do a balloon release. And at that moment, we will also have a song that was written and will be performed by Catherine Mitchell. So if you will follow those in the back, and we will go and proceed to the terrace.